Okay. What's going on, LBHT Crew B? What is going on?
What's going on, man? We got a lot to get to tonight.
There's a lot to get to, man, and not a whole lot of time to get through it. We're gonna have a special guest here in a minute, and look, the crew's already here, man. Shout out to Andrew. He says, "Here we go."
What's going on, Andrew?
We go. Yes, indeed. Hope your Wednesday's going well. Hope your week is going well. But if not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. We got D Weezy in the house. Says, "What up? What's up with you, Dag?"
What's going on, man?
Andre Mears in the house. Says, "What's up, LBHT? Man, shout out to you." Yolanda B is in the house. Good evening, LBHT
up,
family.
Yolanda?
Hope everyone's well. Hope you're doing well, Yolanda. Bob the Building is in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, Zaul Martinez says, "Oh, is that a Knicks? Is that a Knicks ball? Knicks basketball?" Shout out to Zaul, man. He's a Knicks fan. Ferris is a Knicks fan too. He says, "Let's get it." Yes, Ravens online gatekeeper. Indeed, make sure you hit that subscribe button over there for more Ravens content. Yes, our guy Eric L is in the house. Says, "Greetings, everyone.
What's
I
up,
hope
Eric?
all is most excellent." Indeed.
Absolutely.
Corey Moe says, "Smash that like button." Yes, smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button, guys. We're almost to 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what happens at 1,000? I don't know. What's gonna happen?
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
It's like them draft picks, right? It could be whatever. You never know what it could be.
Benjamin Scott says, "Hey, new to the channel. I can't wait to chat with y'all." Hey, well, welcome, Benjamin. Thank you for coming through. Spooky J says, "EDC just woke up from his 3-month slumber and is probably just going to go back to sleep again." Wow, they're ready. Shout out to Nitro. Nitro going to be the newest thing in the podcasting world here soon. If you're not following him, make sure you follow him on Twitter. He does spaces all the time.
Yes,
indeed. He said, "Let's go." Shout out to Raven Ron. Says, "What up, LBHT Ravens Nation?" Yes. Just Aloe says, "What up, crew? Hope all is well. The Ravens ain't trading for Deebo, y'all." Look, we're going to talk about it. And shout out to Kimberly Harmon. Said, "What's up, everyone?" Hey.
What's up, Kimberly?
What's up? And shout out to 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast, Mr. OTR Mike. Says, "The best nation is a donation. Hit that pin message or the Cash App." Indeed. You know, in fact,
Mr. I like to talk. I don't like the action, Mikey.
So wow, look, let's get some of this out the way early, right? First and foremost, we are streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. All right, so make sure you're following us in all those places. Also follow all of our social medias at LBHT Show. Literally everywhere that there's a social media, we're there, and it's all the same at LBHT Show. All right. And like Mikey said, there are 2 ways for you to donate. That's how we do our super chats. Okay. Now and moving forward. Okay. Cash App right below B, $ LBHT Show. That pin link that you see in your chat box, that'll take you to our stream elements. Both ways. All you got to do is just click on it, leave your comment, leave your donation, and we'll get a little animation pop up right next to my face over here. All right. What else we got to plug? Yes. Ring Kings podcast. Indeed.
4 away from 100 subscribers and converting OTR Mike to the biggest UFC fan on the planet.
Yes. We need 4. We need 4 people go over there and hit that subscribe button. It's gonna happen. All right. That's one thing right there. Also, check out the merch. We're gonna plug this a little bit more later on. But everything that we wear on this show is from this store right here. lbhtshow.com/shop. So if you see anything that you like, go ahead and support the channel. All right. Okay. We got a lot to get into. All right. Let's get it started. Oh, look who's here. Do we want to bring him up now? Let's bring him up for the Black History Fact.
Okay.
Shout out to our guy, Keeping It Real. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
We're doing great. Doing great.
Man, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
All right, so we like to start every show with a Black History Fact. We want you to be a part of this. All right, okay. B's gonna read us a Black History Fact.
This is gonna be a real quick one. We got a lot to get to tonight, but we just wanted to highlight Willie Lee Thrower. It's kind of an auspicious name.
I love the name.
Yeah. If you don't know,
right there.
if you don't know, he was the first African American quarterback in the NFL.
I was about to say,
Yes,
first black quarterback.
Willie Thrower. It sounds like it's out of a movie, but he was born in New
written.
Kensington, Pennsylvania. He went to Michigan State. He won a championship at Michigan State. Ended up signing with the Bears in 1953. Did not have much of a career in the NFL. Only got to throw 8 passes. He went 3 for 8 with the interception, and the Bears didn't bring him back. And, Willie Thrower, he was cited by Warren Moon in his Hall of Fame speech as one of his inspirations and, kind of a trailblazer for paving the road for African-American quarterbacks after him. But, unfortunately, he never got another chance in the NFL. He also kicked off that long standing tradition of black quarterbacks not getting those second chances. He passed away in 2002, unfortunately, but they erected a statue of him at New Kensington High School where he played high school football. So I just wanted to highlight Willie Thrower, the first black quarterback in the NFL.
Sometimes the name just says it all, right? It was meant to be that way. Okay? They're like, son, you want to try for wide receiver? Sir, look at my name. you know what I'm about. Exactly. Okay, all right. Look, our man Keeping It Real. If y'all don't know, first of all, make sure you subscribe over to Keeping It Real's channel, right? He covers everything like us. He's a big Ravens fan. He covers the NBA in detail. Okay, he's on these playoff games. All right. So because he's here, he is an NBA playoff expert, if you will. All right. We are going to start the show with NBA. Now, look, I know some of you guys in here. Our fan base is just they're chomping at the bit for that Ravens content. It's coming. We do an array of stuff on here, right? But you're going to get these NBA takes because my Nets are playing as we speak, and we need this game too. So Keeping It Real, if you would. Let's break down game 1, what happened, and what they're going to do different tonight.
All right. I would say one of the main things they didn't do well was defense down the stretch, and ultimately that cost them. A big chunk of that, the blame, I would definitely say KD offensively because he didn't show up. Kyrie's playing the way he's playing out of his mind, and you need Kevin Durant to have at least a good game. He doesn't have to have an elite game, but a good game. And he just was not playing well down the stretch. Credit to the Celtics defense because they were very physical with him and putting him in a lot of tough situations and making all his shots contested. I mean, I haven't seen somebody guard KD this well since PJ Tucker. And this was a team effort. So they did a great job getting him out of the game. And it kind of seemed at that point, they were like, if we got to take one of these guys out. Kyrie was hitting everything at that point. So the Celtics kind of came to the decision that Kyrie is not going to be the one to beat us down the stretch. If we could take KD out of this game, we got to focus on one dude down the stretch. And KD was struggling. He couldn't get in the rhythm. So Kyrie was the one to ultimately try and take this home. And he almost did. When he hit that 3, it looked well. But back on defense right there, they gave up an easy layup. Dragic, not being able, he's not a great defender there, but, him being on the court definitely hurt them there. And then it comes down to the final possession for the Nets. It's a one-on-one situation to start off with Kyrie, the ball's in his hands. You put your best defender there in Marcus Smart, defensive player of the year, so credit to him. And they do their best to kind of trap him and get the ball out of his hands. He moves towards the right. There was a moment where Bruce Brown tried to cut to the basket, but because of how well the Celtics defense did in trapping him, he wasn't able to see him because Brown had a lane to the basket that could have at least gotten him to the line. But, credit to the Celtics defense there. You end up putting the ball. He has to pass it out to KD. And again, Tatum's not the best defender, but that was fantastic defense he played on KD to put that pressure there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then it comes down to the final possession there for the Celtics. And I think the best thing they did here was not call a timeout because it put the Nets in a position where they're scrambling. They couldn't get their guys out there. Like Dragic, not a defender. They couldn't get their main guys out there. Now it's just like everybody's trying to stay in front of somebody. And again, credit to Marcus Smart, who the pump fake. I love the pass, but the pump fake to get 2 guys in the air. Tatum's cutting. KD's in an awkward situation. He's not seeing Tatum cut to the basket. Perfect pass. Tatum spins on Kyrie, and that's the game right there. So Defense down the stretch has got to be better in game 2, and KD has to show up in this game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, you covered everything. You covered everything, but it's 3 main things. KD was just off. Got off to a horrific start. I think he had like 3 or 4 turnovers in the first quarter.
Oh right? Yeah, they kept stripping him.
Yeah, so I mean that right there. I mean, and he was just flat-footed the whole first half. I mean, he was bad the whole game, but he still managed to score. But tough defense by Celtics, which you would expect. And I would say, man, like the coaching difference between the two teams, man. Like, I'm not the biggest Steve Nash fan. I know that was their coach of choice, right? So it is what it is. But you see those little things that make a difference in those moments, right? You know, Nash doesn't know how to draw up a play, scheme a play to get his best players open. You got 2 players that can close it for you, and you can't get either one of them the ball right there or a clean shot, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when it came down to that last possession for the Nets, Kyrie, like you said, they were doubling or trapping him, and he just he dribbled out the clock, most of it. Yeah, he didn't get rid of the ball until the very end. You know, he passed it off to KD. KD didn't have any real choice but to try and throw up that 3, which, I mean, you know, we've seen KD make shots like that before, but I mean, the night he was having, like you said, Jason Tatum right on him, it was unlikely that was going to drop, right? I think moving forward, if Kyrie plays like Kyrie and then Kevin Durant plays like Kevin Durant, the Nets will be fine. Yeah. You know, it took one of the best players in the league having a very bad night for it to be that kind of a close game. I don't think that Boston really challenges them if Durant and Kyrie, you know, show up and play like themselves night in and night out. It's just a matter of whether or not they'll be able to do that with Boston playing the kind of defense that we know Boston can play. And also, you know, the wild card for this series, they're talking about game 4, possibly Ben Simmons coming back.
Yep.
What do you think about Ben?
For me, I agree with that point right there. In fact, I have 2 wild cards in this series, 1 for each team. Like you said, for the Nets, it would be Ben Simmons in his case. But for the Celtics, Robert Williams is such a key factor as their rim protector. If they can get him back, we don't know how the Ben Simmons situation is going to go, but getting back Robert Williams would do tremendous work for them in terms of protecting the glass and just how he was able to just mesh with them so well, and he completely completed their defense. So getting him back could be the difference maker in this series for the Celtics defensively and what they'll be able to do in trying to challenge these guys, especially when you're dealing with guys down low like Andre Drummond. So getting somebody back like Williams would definitely help the Celtics, and it could be the difference maker. As for Ben Simmons, he's definitely the biggest wild card. And I've said this, the Nets, they're not a great defensive team as a unit. But you have a guy in Ben Simmons that is an elite defender. You don't need Ben Simmons to come back in this series to, you know, score the basketball. You don't need that. You got plenty of scoring. KD, Kyrie. If you need help, you still got guys like Seth Curry. Dragic off the bench will provide you with some offense. As a Heat fan, I can tell you that off the bench, he's going to provide you something. Patty Mills.
Bruce Brown right now, he's giving them 12 points so far tonight.
Exactly.
6 minutes into the game.
17. Oh, that is true. Oh, he's balling out. Yeah, definitely. If he can keep this up, they'll be in a good position. Yeah. But for sure, they don't need any offensive scoring from Ben Simmons. As long as he's able to facilitate the basketball, but most importantly, play elite defense, the defense we know we've seen him play before this whole situation happened, that could ultimately be the difference maker, because it feels like for Boston, they're doing everything they can defensively to try and slow KD and Kyrie down. And what they're trying to do offensively, they have to have both Tatum and Brown as their main source to try and match what Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are doing. So bringing back someone like Ben Simmons, who you could definitely place on somebody like KD, he can play that. And at times he can guard KD. If you could put the pressure on these guys to be perfect, Tatum and Brown, you can force these guys. If you can force these two to have to be perfect and to do extra to try and match what KD and Kyrie are doing, then it could ultimately be the difference maker. So Ben Simmons brings that defense that the Nets would desperately need, and it would definitely put them over the top.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if Ben Simmons can come back, because he's not going to stop Jason Tatum, right? You're not going to shut him down. That's not really a thing one-on-one, in the NBA. But if he can come back and just make things difficult for him, make him less efficient, make him work for every point that he gets, that'll be a huge boost for Brooklyn. But if with Ben, you gotta wait and see how he is, not only physically. I mean, he hasn't played at all so far this year, but mentally as well. It's been, like I said, he hasn't played at all, and coming back into the playoff stage, where the microscope is on you, and everyone is going to be paying attention to every little thing that he does. It could be tough, but yeah. I think that, like you said, not having to go out there and be a primary scorer will help a lot in his return.
Yeah, look, I think that's the good thing about Simmons coming to the Nets. He doesn't have that pressure of needing to be that scorer. There was that pressure in Philly, right? Like they needed a second, a second guy to step up in that aspect. And I mean, he can't score, right? Like he it's not like he can't score at all. He's just not a good shooter, right? And he just refuses to take the 3-point shot. But there's no pressure here in Brooklyn. Like they don't need him to do that. You can play defense, distribute the ball, score when you want to score. Much like a upgraded Bruce Brown, right? So I think that's a bonus for him. So he can come in here and just play comfortable. It's not going to be on him at all, right? He can just fit his role, and I think that's going to be huge for us when he comes back.
And I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on that Celtics defense too, because he's like I said, he's not a great shooter, and he doesn't like to shoot, but he can get to the basket almost at will. Yeah. And he is a great facilitator. So I think it's going to put that much more pressure on a defense that's already kind of stretched thin, trying to deal with Kyrie and KD. Assuming he can come back and play up to the level that we've seen him play before.
Definitely.
All right, let's read a couple of these comments here. What's up, Danny? Danny says, unbelievable. Steve Nash got a coaching job. Shout out to Emphasis. So what's up, LBHT crew? What's up to you, Emphasis? Let's see. Tanja, what's up? Says, hey, Flock, Jose, and Brodny. Wow. Okay, what's up, Tanja? Oh, she says, shout out to Keeping It Real as well. Shout out to
What's going on, man?
Indeed. Yes. Just Allo made a good point here. He said Steve Nash wasn't hired for his X and O ability. Yeah. True. We know what it is. Look, we know what it is with NBA stars, man. Like when you're putting together a super team, you know what I'm saying, or a team full of like, just high caliber players, it's about managing egos, managing personalities, right? Yeah. It's more important than the X's and O's. X's and O's matter. You gotta know how to coach the rest of the team. Right. But those stars, you got to know how to just get them to work together and stay out of their way. Right. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's
especially
not easy
when you have a personality like Kyrie.
Lord, geez. Lord, man. I mean, man, I think the Nets, I'm biased because I'm a Nets fan, but I think the Nets are the best run organization in the league. To be able to just they managed KD, Kyrie, and James Harden perfectly. And yes, James Harden ultimately wanted his way out, but that had nothing to do with the Nets. That had everything to do with just James Harden just doing James Harden stuff. And they still end up getting Ben Simmons out of it, right? And Seth Curry and Andre Drummond, right? Mm-hmm. So, I just think what they're doing now is laying the foundation for years to come, right? Because word gets around. When other stars are looking to go somewhere, they're like, man, I heard good things about those guys over there. They treat their players well, So I love everything that they're doing right now. We just need to get that ring. So let's see. Some great players make horrible coaches. That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Definitely. Nash was hired because KD and Kyrie wanted him. Yeah. Pretty much.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. All right. So let's get your takes on real quick for some of these other games around the NBA. Which games are sticking out to you right now? Which ones are you looking at? I know you're a Heat fan.
Yeah, I got to talk about my Miami Heat being up 2-0 in that series. Jimmy Butler with the masterpiece, 45 points right there. He had a 45-5-5 game right there, joining D-Wade and LeBron as the only other two Heat players in our franchise to do that. him putting the team on the back. On most important, what I love what my team is doing right now is it's something we've always done. Is we always feed the hot hand. Game 1, we saw Duncan Robinson go out there, hit 8 threes, and he was on fire. Game 2, he played 7 minutes. He didn't get the ball. But Jimmy had the mismatch all day, and he punished the Hawks for it.
Yeah.
So I just love what I'm seeing from Miami. Defensively, still one of the best defensive teams in the league. Offensively, things I want to see us improve on definitely is Bam. I know he was coming off the protocol. We got to get him going first 2 games. Defensively, he's still there, but offensively, we got to get him going. Tyler Hero still got to get in the rhythm for the most part. But other than that, I love what I'm seeing from Miami, and they've done a great job in frustrating Trae Young, who apparently is going to the media and saying, well, if they're going to let them be that physical and call those calls, then
I don't know what we're going to do.
I mean, I don't know what to say without that. I'm saying, what do you want to do? How about you don't turn the ball over 10 times and shoot 2 of 10 from 3? But that's just me. That's just me.
Look. I respect Trae Young. Trae Young, he got that old soul, right? He's doing everything he can to get a competitive advantage. If complaining a little bit gets me a couple more calls, I'm going to complain. That's all it is. He's just playing to the media a little bit. But
I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him. He's not in the best of situations. His main guy in Capella is not there, so that's definitely going to affect his pass ability, especially because Capella was a monster off the glass. And they offensively, they were 10 points better when he was on the court as opposed to when he's not there. So they are losing a key piece there, and it's kind of been up and down with Collins and Bogdanovich. Game 1, he wasn't there. Game 2, fourth quarter, he showed up with 19 points. So, yeah, Hawks, Game 3 in Atlanta, I expect it to be even more intense. And I'm hoping that's going to be the game where either Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo comes, because I know Jimmy's going to show up. We'll see who comes alongside that. Jimmy will be there.
Yeah.
Love what my team's doing.
Okay, all right. Do you want to talk some more, or you want to move on to the mock draft?
Well, not the mock draft yet. I think we go to the big story of today.
Okay.
Deebo Samuel asking out of San Francisco.
Yes. And before we get to that, so if you guys love these NBA takes, man, make sure you subscribe to Keeping It Real. Are you doing a play-by-play this year? I know you were doing it all last year throughout the playoffs. You want to do it later on in the playoffs, or?
Yeah, I'm looking to get in the later rounds. The first round is kind of a situation where it's like you kind of already have an expectation as to who's going on, minus the whole Nets and Celtics situation, because that's literally 2 contending teams going up in the first round. Bucks, I expect them to take care of business against the Bulls. Miami, I expect them to get this done in at least 4 or 5 games. And for the Sixers, they look like they have control, but we'll see what happens in Toronto. Same for the West. Warriors got it. Memphis, they seem to be back on track. I will say, though, for the Suns,
I was about to say, Suns and Pelicans, there's
that one is getting interesting.
I didn't know this. I went to bed thinking that the Suns had it because Devin Booker had 31 points in the first half, and I was like, oh, okay, I can go to sleep. And I spent literally the whole day thinking that they won until I talked to B. He's like, no, they lost. I was like, what? So it's 1-1. Devin Booker's out until at least probably game 4. They could be down 3-1 until Devin Booker gets back. We'll see.
Well, at that point, I'm looking at CP3. He's the leader of this team. Got to go figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've seen any of our NBA coverage last year, but if you're looking at CP3, you're looking to go home. Chris is not that guy. But that's a whole other topic for a whole other show.
I don't blame him for that. He's had plenty of moments where he has not gotten it done. In fact, I think what is it 4 times where he's had a 2-0 lead in the series and proceeded to lose that series.
Point God, though. It's all right. Whatever.
All right. Deebo Samuel. It was reported today that he wants out of San Francisco 49ers. He requested for a trade. And the 2 teams that have been floated out there were the Jets and the Houston Texans, right? He didn't disclose what prompted him to ask for the trade, but he wants it. Now, San Francisco said that they have no intention of trading him, but whatever.
So they said the league and the Jets and other organizations think that he's not going to get moved. There's talk that San Francisco was willing to pay him. They've tried to reach out multiple times. They want to get a long-term deal done, but Deebo is upset about the way he's being used in San Francisco, and he kind of wants to move on. But yeah, like I said, the kind of, I guess, front runners, I guess you could say at this point, have been mentioned as the Jets and Houston. So if I'm Deebo, I'm looking at those two situations and thinking long and hard about that trade request that I just put in. But if he does end up on the move, if they do decide, hey, you know what, we can't reconcile this, he's not going to sign, we're going to go ahead and try and get whatever we can get for him. Do you all think that your Baltimore Ravens should be in the mix?
Keeping it real, what's your take on this?
Should we be in the mix? Absolutely. Do I think we have a shot? Of course. Do I think it will happen? Most likely not.
Most likely not. Yeah.
I'll be honest. This has been a franchise that has been focused mostly on their defense and their run game. So, I mean, in those aspects, they're willing to go out on a limb to get those guys, whether it's trade, sign, or even get them in the draft. Receiver has never been our forte, and I don't expect it to be our forte anytime soon.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulty. But yeah, look, man. This is a long-standing history now, recent history of us just not showing any interest in the offense, man. Like we have top-tier wide receivers that wouldn't in the past just they wouldn't be available. Become available, and us either showing interest or just not making a move on them at all. And it started from DeAndre Hopkins, right? DeAndre Hopkins, there was rumor that we were in on him, we didn't get him, and then just nothing on Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs just went to Buffalo for a first-round pick, and being here that we were in on them. There are rumors that we were, inquiring about Adam Thielen, but we didn't get that done. You got Allen Robinson. We didn't make a move for Allen Robinson. Kenny Galladay, didn't try to go after Kenny Galladay. And this offseason, obviously with Tyreek Hill, we were never in on that. Devontae Adams. Yeah, just a list of wide receivers. And now you have a wide receiver that you can't say he doesn't fit our scheme. Obviously, he fits our scheme.
Yep.
Right. A very talented wide receiver, worth the money, a young wide receiver, and we know what it is, right? You're gonna have people on Twitter say, "Oh no, that's not a good move. It's not a good move. He's not worth it." He's absolutely worth it. It's just that you're used to not seeing it happen, so you're telling yourself he ain't worth it. He's absolutely worth it. But this is why me and B, we get criticized a lot for criticizing the team. Like, you got to hold your team accountable, right? Prioritize the offense. Because you're expecting Lamar to carry this team, not the defense. Stop putting all your eggs on the defensive side of the basket. So,
I'm still trying to figure out from some of these guys in the fan base, what are we doing? Are we rebuilding or are we competing for a title now? You got to make your choice. Because, this is a guy that could definitely play. He fits our scheme, and he would definitely be a boost in the offense. And you're saying, no, let's just continue to develop our young guys and see how it works. So are we competing for a Super Bowl or are we trying to rebuild? Are you trying to compete for a Super Bowl while rebuilding? Because that's not how it works. If you're trying to win now, get the pieces to try to win now. If you want to rebuild, let's rebuild. But it seems, I'm not exactly sure what the fan base is looking for, man.
Yeah, this is something we talked about a lot, and I like to say that in professional sports in general, not just the NFL, not just Baltimore, but across professional sports, most teams are not trying to win year in and year out, right? Baltimore, since they've gotten Lamar, the moves they've made have shown you that they are happy with just being a playoff team and saying, hey, you know what, maybe Lamar can carry us a little further one year, maybe we make a run. But we're not going to go all in. We're not going to try to win a Super Bowl. We're not going to, make those moves that we have to make, because they say, hey, defense and run game, right? That's who they want to be. But you neglect your O-line. The O-line is the most important part of the run game, and they don't build on that. So you're not really trying to go defense and run game. You're just saying, hey, the offense has Lamar Jackson. They're going to be good enough. As long as he's healthy, they'll be good enough. if we maintain a pretty good defense, we'll get to the playoffs. Maybe we'll get lucky one time. On the topic of Deebo Samuel specifically, I don't understand any kind of reluctance there. It can't be about the money, right? He's going to get 25 plus million, but it can't.
You have to pay for talent. You have to pay for talent.
But it's not even just that aspect of having to pay for talent that Baltimore doesn't get. It's that you don't have any receivers, right? Like Hollywood, you have to pick up his 5th-year option. That's going to be 13 million, and then you got to re-sign him, and he's going to want 20 plus. Yep. Now, are you comfortable with paying Marquise Brown $23 million a year, but Deebo is too much at 25? Like, it doesn't make sense,
right?
So if you're saying, hey, it's the cost, we don't want to pay that for a wide receiver, then you should be looking to move Hollywood right now. Try and get as high a draft pick as you can, and drafting his replacement at 14. But we know they're not going to do that either, right? Nope. So it's just kind of, like you said, what is your plan? And the answer is, I don't really think they have one in terms of improving the team. They're saying, hey, the team's at the level that we like right now, and we'll make a move here or there to make sure we maintain that level, and that's it.
It might be a weird situation because I think Lamar plays an element into the level of confusion as to whether or not we're trying to contend or we're trying to build. I think Lamar's development accelerating the way it did in year 2 kind of put them in an awkward situation because it felt like we all thought, all right, 2 to 3 years, maybe by year 3, year 4, he'll get to be where we want to be. But all of a sudden, year 2, he's an MVP. Kind of felt like we were rebuilding, getting past the Joe Flacco era into this new one. Yeah. All of a sudden, you got an MVP quarterback. Yeah. Now you can't really rebuild. You got to compete now. But Baltimore is kind of stuck in between, and they don't really know what they want to do.
Yeah, they needed to contend right then. They needed to get on board with that, and they haven't. That should have kind of kicked them into high gear and made them more aggressive and say, hey, we're going to really go after high-end talent. But they didn't do that either. Right. They just kind of, we say all the time that the front office in Baltimore is just complacent. Yeah. And honestly lazy. They don't do the things that they need to do in the offseason.
I think the front office is lazy, and I think the coaching staff is lazy too. I think just this play calling is just you're just relying on Lamar Jackson to make something happen. That's laziness. Right. Mm-hmm. Especially when I know that they're more capable of that. Right. I don't think much of Greg Roman as offensive coordinator. he's not the worst offensive coordinator. He can do better. Harbaugh can definitely do better, right? Mm-hmm. And whenever and we saw it over the last 6 games when Lamar was out. Was it 5-6 games when Lamar's out? They put their best foot forward because they knew they couldn't lean on him, right? They opened it up more, but the talent just wasn't there for us to win. So they're able to do it, but when he gets in there, he makes it easy for them, and they get lazy. They're lazy. It's lazy coaching and it's lazy GMing right now. And it's going to come back to bite them if they don't get that deal done for Lamar to extend them. True. Let's read a couple of comments here. Shout out to Haas on the beat. It says, Ravens, we pass. And we pass on this, and we like our guys. Yep.
Yeah. We always like our guys. We'll just develop our receivers, man. We like the guys we have here. Very talented. We like the development of them. It's always the same thing with the Ravens.
Yeah. Until it's time to pay them.
Exactly.
Nitro. Nitro says, if we get him, the Ravens will rush for 3,500 yards and Lamar throwing 50 touchdowns. It will be pandemonium.
Say he gonna throw 50 touchdowns with like 1,500 yards passing.
I'm looking at that like, I don't know
about that. Let's see. Andre Miller says 50-50 on it, especially because he has an issue how he's being used in San Francisco. I hear you.
That's an interesting comment because I understand that, right? Because you're saying, hey, if he comes here, what's Greg Roman going to do with him, right? He's going to put the ball in his hands as a running back and tell him to go. But you know what? Fire Greg Roman. That's the whenever anybody says to us, whenever anybody says to us, oh, well, why get this guy? They're gonna cry about the number of targets. We're not gonna use them properly. They're not gonna get the ball as much as they want. I'm like, you're allowed to throw the ball more. No, exactly. that Roger Goodell did not have some press conference where he set the number of pass attempts for each team in the league, and Baltimore got the short end. That's not what happened. Just throw the ball more.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. We won't use him that way. We don't run the 49ers offense. We don't do jet sweep. How many jet sweeps do you see us run over here? Right? How many screen passes do you see us throw over here?
Exactly.
Right? We don't even use our running backs. We use Lamar for our running game. So they're not going to use him like they do over there. Right? And if he comes over here and he's not getting enough targets, then you're gonna have the front office saying he better get his targets because we're paying for him and we gave up capital for him. That's how it should work. Right? So yes, less talent isn't the answer, right? You need more talent to mitigate the bad coaching. I hate when people say that, like, oh well, his talent will be wasted over here, so we might as well not get him. So what? You want a bum? You just let's just not spend any. Let's just get blockers out there. Don't even run routes. Let's get blockers out there since we can't pass the ball. No, man, you gotta get the best talent that you can to overcome that terrible coaching, and hope it gets it done. Sweepy Band says Deebo isn't worth it if he wants to control the way he wants to be used. Yeah, we just covered that. Moving him around is what makes him great. I'd rather have DK. Okay, I mean, whether you like DK or whether you like Deebo, I mean, the Ravens have to be aggressive in making this offense better, right? Just saying our guys are good enough is just not. It's not the right answer. Everybody else is stacking up on talent, and to think we are just as good as the Chiefs, as the Bills, as Denver now, right? Like, you're just lying to yourself. Yes, any we could get lucky, like sometimes teams surprise, whatever, but we're not better than those teams, right? And people don't like to hear that, but that's the fact. Like, we have to, like, they put in a lot of work. They've been consistently good over these last few years. We've been off and on.
I would agree with that, especially coaching wise. I mean, just looking at what Andy Reid's been doing, look at what Sean McDermott's been doing. Yes. Can't really say we are comparing with that, especially how we've looked in the postseason the last couple of years. We have not looked prepared at all. So coaching hasn't exactly been the best yet. With lesser talent than those and the coaching we have, all of a sudden we just assume we can just get it done because we have an MVP quarterback.
Yeah,
that's not how things work.
It's not. And again, the problem comes back to your wide receiver core is Hollywood Brown, Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet, and Tylan Wallace. How many? Like, if you weren't a Ravens fan and you were a fan of another team and you looked at that list, how many of those guys would you want? How many of those guys would you say, man, I wish we would go out and trade for that guy?
If we had to play a team with those guys starting, you would laugh. You would say, we locking them down. I mean, you gotta be honest. And every team. Look, we're fans of our teams. We watch our team the most, right? This is the area that we cover this team, and they're going to cover every part of the team, and they're going to hype up the players on the team. Every single fan base has players like that. Every single fan base has players. They have their own version of Prochet. Okay, they have their own version of Duvernay. They're just saying, man, all he needs is more snaps, and you better watch out. Oh, he's going to take off. Like, everybody has that player. Okay, nobody's afraid of that player until they actually do it. And maybe Prochet turns into something. I highly doubt it. Right? He might be like a solid role player. But even people that are pounding the table for Prochet, I ask y'all, well, what do you expect? Like, give him all the snaps in the world, all the targets. What do you think he can do? Oh yeah, man, he definitely can get you like 600 yards in 5 touchdowns. Well, that's nothing. Nobody's scared of that person, right? He's just a guy. That's fine. But we need more than that. Yeah, we need more than that.
The funny thing is, you listed those names of receivers, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, wow, not a single one of those guys is a proven talent in this league. The only person that comes close is Hollywood, and I wouldn't say he's proven; he's just productive.
Yeah, and mildly productive, if we're being honest. I mean, he started off great last season, and I was really pulling for him. I thought he was going to break out last year, and in the first half of the season, it was happening, and then. And people like to blame it on Lamar being out, but his nosedive started before Lamar went out. The second half of the season, he was averaging about 43 yards per game. It's just not good enough. And even if it did coincide with Lamar going out, that just means you're not that guy. If the starting quarterback being out means that you can no longer produce, you're not the number one receiver.
Yeah. We've seen that before. And we've seen that before with DeAndre Hopkins. Without any quarterback there, he's still getting those numbers. Devontae Adams, when Aaron Rodgers was out, he was still doing his thing. Proven talent just finds a way to get it done.
Yeah. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald had John Skelton as his quarterback for the majority of one season. He had 1,400 yards.
Yep.
Because he's Larry Fitzgerald.
DeAndre Hopkins had every bad quarterback up until Kyler and Deshaun Watson, right?
Exactly. This dude was considered a top 5 receiver with freaking Osweiler throwing to him.
Yes.
Like, come on.
And Tom Savage in them.
And shout out to G Star 007 says, why did we let go of Calvin Johnson, aka Miles Boykin?
Yeah, we got to put that on the list, but Miles was released and picked up by the Steelers. So
oh my god.
I think he has like 700-800 yards next year.
Oh my god. I immediately thought that. I'm looking at this and thinking, oh, he got picked up by the Steelers. Oh yeah, they know how to develop receivers. He's gonna be a problem next year.
Yeah.
Even with Trubisky throwing him the football, he'll be a problem next year.
Yeah. Just another reason to just nail that, put another nail in the coffin for Greg Roman in Baltimore. All right, look, D Weezy's here. Do we want D Weezy to be part of the mock draft since he's a Panthers fan?
Yeah,
we had 2 Panthers fans and we'll have 2 Ravens fans. Okay.
What? Thank you, Benjamin.
Right. And shout out to Benjamin Scott. Appreciate that, man. He says, at the end of the day, stop making excuses for the Ravens. They don't want to win now. Look at their moves. Actions speak louder than words. Absolutely. They are just acting like they want to win to keep Lamar around. He brings in way too much money to let that man go. Oh, let that man go and win. Absolutely. And that's why I think ultimately they'll get a deal done, because I think Bisciotti will step in and say, listen, I don't care what he asked for. I don't care if it's 50 million. I don't care if it's 60 million. Write that man a check. He's making me way too much money, right? At the end of the day, these owners want to make money, and they don't care about how much you got to pay them on the players pool. Like, everything on that side of the ball, the salary cap, that comes out the players pool. That doesn't affect his money. So he doesn't care how big that check is. Cut the check and give it to him. And you figure out how to make it work on the cap. That's not my problem. That's your problem. That's what I pay you for. So I think ultimately he'll resign for that. But then they're not really putting together a winning team around him. And they're still thinking that we can get it done with defense and running the ball, except you're not even using your running backs to run the ball. You're using Lamar to run the ball.
Well, yeah, and the only skill position player that they've gone after this offseason was Melvin Gordon, and they didn't even get that done.
There you go. Okay.
Tell you where their head's been at.
All right. So last week we gave you the people's mock draft. All right. There was some there was some people that were high on it. There's some people that were low on it. Okay. There's some people that are right in the middle. But all I have to say is that's what you guys asked for. Okay. We put up polls, you voted, and we gave you what you asked for. All right. So don't blame us. Blame yourselves. But this week, you can blame us, okay? Because we are giving you the LBHT poll, okay, with special guests. So what we're gonna do it quick. We're gonna do a quick mock draft. We're gonna do a mock of what we think they should do, right? Our team should do. And if we do it fast enough, maybe we'll do another one of what we think they will do.
I'm thinking maybe we save that one for next week, right before the actual draft.
Yeah.
Let's give them what they should do. Let y'all think on that for a week, and then just be angry at what happens on Thursday.
So I should ask you: are you gonna? Do you need me to put up on the board again?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh man, I wasn't ready.
I guess we should ask. Do you have time? Do you want to stay on for the mock
yes, we should ask that. Yes, since you're the guest.
Yeah, I got time. I'm interested to see this.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see if I remember this password without saying it out loud.
I can get out of here real quick. Carolina, they got the 6th pick, and then they're done. They don't have any more picks till the 4th round.
All right. Bring up D Weezy. In fact, what we're gonna do. So we do a segment here, Keeping It Real, called Lunch Money Bets. We bring up D Weezy to do lunch money bets. D Weezy, what's going on?
What's up, dude?
What's going on,
all right,
fellas?
Give us a quick lunch money segment, okay? For the gambling degenerates in here. I already know Raven Ron has already has this question typed up for you. Give it to us real quick, and I'm gonna get this mock draft started. Are you down to do the mock draft? You gonna help me with the Panthers?
Yeah, no, I can stick around for the mock draft.
All right. Rapid fire lunch money bets. Go.
All right, so as those in the Discord know, D Weezy be on it. The other night I felt a little froggy, so I jumped on the MLB just wildly. A nice 6-3 night. Also went 2-3 on the NBA playoffs, which I'm handicapping and making a play for every game. Also went 2-3 in Liga MX totals, which I got a Liga MX play for you tonight. So as y'all have already said, Brooklyn game already started. If you're in the Discord, you've seen I am on the money line in that game. Currently, they're up double digits. Last I saw was by 14. Looking good there. I'm on the game total over in both the other playoff games tonight. Over 217 and over 217 and a half in the who is Philly and Toronto. And then I'm also on the over in the Chicago-Milwaukee game at 225. The other night, the over just missed by one bucket. Like I keep telling y'all, get in this Discord because there's a lot of action going down there that y'all don't see. So, and then another Liga MX play for tonight. Got Club Americas taking on Leon. Heavy favorite. I was able to get this game early the other night on this basically the spread. Currently it's that line's moved in my favor a little bit, so I'm glad I got it early. And I also like the over 2 in the game total. That 2.5 number, it's something that's come in well in a lot of these Liga MX games. If you can find two strong teams, that late goal in a 2-0 game, something like that will push it right on over. So, that's what I'm looking at for this week.
All right. We got your boy Degenerate Ron is back again. He's got the Bucks over 224, putting up his house on it.
And see, with it was something we were talking about, me and Raven Ron in the Discord as the play-in games were going on, that we thought the over was something that was going to be a big play throughout the playoffs. I'd have to go back and double check. I do know there have been a number of unders that have come in so far. So, like I said, I'm on that same play, taking the over on the game total.
Zaul says Leon can play very sneaky.
And it's that type of play that gives, that's why I like that over too, like I mentioned with the game total.
I'm just gonna say this one time. I don't mean any disrespect, Zaul. Or Derek, I guess. Don't nobody care about no Mexican soccer.
Wow.
Right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
It sounded like you meant disrespect. It sounded
now,
like it.
See, what's funny is they say how they don't care about the sport, but then when I'm coming at them with these winning plays, it's, wait, teach me more.
That's right. Bingo. Yes. All right. The draft.
I'll be following for the World Cup. All right. I'll be on it for the World Cup. Not for Liga MX.
All right, we are almost ready to go here, but I just wanted to point this out. I was about to brag the big lead that the Nets have, but the Celtics are closing in. 45-37 Nets. Okay, we up right now. We up. Okay, it's all good. All right, we are going to share this. Let's see. I remember how to do it. Window. Bam. Oh, look at that board. Look at that board. All right. Can I make it bigger? No, it's probably better the other way, huh? Is that better for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we go. I have it set for 4 rounds again. We'll see how fast or slow this goes. Well, we got to do it 4 rounds if the Panthers need more than one pick. Okay. So
it's not nice, Dave.
So B and D Weezy, they are representing the Panthers. Myself and Keeping It Real are representing the Ravens. All right. So here we go. The draft is about to begin. All right. Hutchinson off the board. Trayvon Walker, Evan Neal, Ikwamu. You got to offer, B. You got to offer.
This 13, a second round, and a 4th round for number 6.
You just discuss with your assistant GM there.
What you think there, Derek? You trying to trade back?
Well, no quarterbacks are taken off the board yet.
No, but like I said, I'm not worried. Well, as y'all have heard me say, I'm not worried about the quarterback situation so much this year. I'd prefer to see the offensive line go with that first pick.
Baker got me scared, though. Like, I want to see them take a quarterback so that I know Baker ain't coming.
And that's the other thing y'all have heard me say. Like I don't think taking a quarterback is the wrong move. So my vote goes with that. I'm down.
Wouldn't be a bad choice.
Let's go ahead and trade back.
You want to trade? Oh,
interesting.
Trade back.
Interesting.
Okay.
They ain't got no picks.
All right.
Yeah,
they traded that second for Sam Darnold, and they traded the third for C.J. Henderson, and they've got so many holes.
They're trading back. Wow, there goes Malik Willis to Falcons. Oh, you better be right about this.
Everybody's gone now. Charles Cross gone.
All right. So you get another offense trade back again.
We decline.
Okay, decline. Okay, it's too far down. All right. Well, you got other offers here. Hold on.
Yeah, we declined those two.
That is for the. Oh, okay, you don't want that.
Nah,
okay.
They don't want no offers.
You don't want that one either. Okay.
No, good Lord, Kansas City.
No.
So yeah, Drake London, Kenny Pickett, Jameson Williams, Jordan Davis, Trevor Pinion, Devontae Wyatt, Chris Olave. Devontae, which one is the one that's going off everybody's draft board because he got into some trouble?
I believe that's Wyatt. Yeah,
Wyatt. Okay.
But go ahead and go to the offensive tackles.
Okay. Tackles, Trevor Penning, a popular one, right? Yeah? No? Oh, okay.
No.
Bernard, Rahman, Falele.
All right, I'm going to blame this on my assistant GM there. Bad move right now.
It's looking like penning time.
No, it is definitely not penning
Would you
time.
like a lifeline? Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. Chat, what do you say here? Help out Panthers Nation. How about Panthers Nation?
You got one vote for baby hands.
Okay, tackle's not going to be it. So let's just. All right, this is what we're looking at here. This is what we're looking at.
I think it's going to have to be Pickett.
So you trade back and you still get the quarterback that you want. I think that's the most. Okay. Well, Desmond Ritter's there. You don't want Desmond Ritter?
No, I don't want Desmond Ritter. That's the dude that they called Athletic Mason Rudolph. No,
all right.
Thank you.
That's it's not a good comparison.
All right. Kenny Pickett is the pick. Now, I'll say this. If that is a quarterback that they are looking for, right? That's the one that they want.
You got to go ahead and hit. Oh, you're picking 14th. That's why. Never mind.
Yeah. If I'm just going to say this real quick. If that is the one that your team is looking at, that's an excellent trade back. Because you got exactly who you wanted, and you picked up some extra picks. All right, keeping it real. Now we haven't spoken recently, so I'm not sure what your draft preference is. So what are you looking at? What do you think we need to focus on in the draft?
I've definitely said 3 positions. Well, since we've already kind of had somewhat of an addressing situation with our secondary. Number one thing I've been looking at is that center position. I really don't like how our center position is right now. I'm definitely looking at that to be an immediate fix.
You're not feeling Cologne Castillo and Pat McCarthy? You're not feeling the leftovers?
No, I'm not feeling the leftovers.
I'm with you. And I know some people are shaky on drafting interior O-line early in the draft, but I say, look, if you get a guy that's a short thing, you get him. Nobody has a problem with what's the dude's name over in Indy? What's his name? The guard that they drafted.
Oh,
Quentin Nelson.
Quentin Nelson.
Right.
There you go, Jordan Davis.
Jordan. No.
Yeah, you're not gonna appease the masses. And go
you know what's
Jordan
funny?
Davis?
You know what's funny? A lot of Ravens fans love Jordan Davis right after that 40-yard dash, boy. I gotta tell you, everybody was in love with it. That 40-yard dash. All right, so look. Tyler Linderbaum, I went Kenyon Green last time. I like Kenyon Green because I think he comes in right away and can be an immediate starter all along the O-line. They say he could be either a starting O-line or interior O-lineman at the next level. Possibly maybe some spot play at left tackle. So that's somebody I like. But if you like Tyler Linderbaum, I like Tyler Linderbaum.
Tyler is a great pick, but Kenyon Green can make an immediate impact, and I feel like we got to go green on this one.
Oh, I like it. Kenyon Green is the pick 2 weeks in a row because we picked Kenyon Green last week because overwhelmingly the choice everybody wanted was O lineman in the first round. So that's where we went.
And second and third.
Smart.
And second and third. Yes.
O-line won every poll that we put out.
All right. Got quarterback, got our O lineman.
All right, Derek.
We're getting offers. You're getting offers.
No, decline that.
All right. You don't like that one. You don't like that one. Let's see.
Nah,
and Patriots, nah.
Okay. All right. So what's your pick? You could have waited to get Matt Corral.
No, I'm good on that. Derek, what you thinking there? Got the quarterback in round 1. Time to go to the O-line.
Honestly, I think if you're not going to go O-line in round 1, and I mean, we traded back.
Would you like to see his profile here? Bernard Raymond, Central Michigan offensive tackle. Let's see. His ideal role is starting left tackle. Yep. He's likely projected draft status. I would not be surprised if Raymond was handed a starting role early on and charged with learning on the job. Charged with learning on the job. Okay, so I mean, he might be a little learning curve. It looks like with him, but
now the thing with Carolina is they do have some options on the O-line. They went out, they signed Bradley Bozeman, who we know can play guard or center. So if need be, he can stay or he can play guard. Brady Christensen can move out to left tackle, and they can try, that configuration and see how that goes. And this pick could go somewhere else. I'm looking at, I see Christian Watson still available. Who else we got here?
Now, while you're trying to decide, I'm going to answer Raven Ron's question here. He says, why green? Let me explain why green, Raven Ron, because we have an offensive line where you have to play 5 people, right? And without Ronnie Stanley, 4 of them are really bad.
Yep. That's not true. Zeitler's not really bad.
Zeitler's solid.
I just want to point something out. I can't really tell the dude's
Zeitler's
name.
Good. Zeitler's good. I'll even give you Morgan Moses. Okay,
the lineman out of Minnesota. I don't know if y'all remember that game from last year.
Oh, he's still there. Take him.
Yes. But that entire offensive line from Minnesota straight manhandled Ohio State all game long.
Daniel Falele, I didn't see that he was still there.
Yeah, Falele, you want him?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
I mean, operating off of limited lineman knowledge, limited film.
Hey.
I'll take somebody that was stacking up
what
against, top
offer.
Take a dude who's bigger than even Orlando Brown.
Nah, they're trying to give us a 5th round pick to move to
a 5th round. No.
Oh, y'all are Baltimore. Y'all love 5th round picks.
That's your day. That's where you do your work. Where do you think you got James Prochet? Okay,
did we give him in the 7th?
It was in the 6th.
6th round.
Don't hate.
All right. So what are we looking at here? We can go edge.
Going to edge. What? I'm going with
Boye Mafe, right? Some people have him projected to go in the 1st.
Yeah,
he's ranked 33.
He's likely to go in the 1st now.
If he drops to the 2nd, you got to take him.
Hey, all right. Look. I got no problem with this.
Because who's still there at receiver right now?
Oh, that's a good question.
Take a look at that. We could take a look at that.
John Mechie,
David Bell,
like David Bell, Calvin Austin. And there's some guys. You could probably wait at this point on receiver though. Yeah.
It feels like a 3rd round type situation.
I agree. Good value pick here. Oh, David Ojabo is there, right?
Corner.
How do you guys feel about David Ojabo, by the way? Because I know people are very high on David Ojabo until he got hurt. But my thing is this: injuries don't last forever. He'll heal. He'll come back, and you'll have a good player if you like that guy. So I gotta ask, keeping it real, who do you like more, David Ojabo or Boye Mafe? And please ignore the Panthers fan over there, the Panthers GM with the thumbs down. Okay, very unprofessional of you, sir.
It's not unprofessional. I'm trying to help out.
Nah, David he's a really good player. He's a really good player. For the most part. Obviously, when you have a player that deals with an injury, there's always some level of concern, especially if he's dealing with an injury before he gets drafted. But it doesn't seem like it's that much of a severe injury to the point where it would affect him. And if he does come back, I mean, he'll be fine once he does heal up. He could be an effective player, especially on our front seven. So I think he's definitely a solid pick. But I'm going with Boye. I think he's definitely a solid pick, though. So I don't think anyone would lose out on him.
Yep, Bob agrees. He says Boye is a pick. He's off the charts. All right.
Again, I don't think Boye is dropping to the second round, but if he does, that's got to be right there.
Now, both are right here, right? Boye should be the pick, but Davon's saying Ojabo will be the pick if he's there. He's not saying he should be the pick. He said he will be the pick. Absolutely, he might be the pick anyway because he's a Michigan man.
And let me tell you,
he's a Michigan man. He's going to be the pick.
I'm just gonna assume that Danity's agreeing with me. Horrible.
No, she's talking about the O-line.
Nah, whatever.
She's talking about the O-line. Yeah. All right. So Boye is the pick. Here we go. All right. Yes. Well done. Well done, assistant GM. Well done. We're doing good here. We're high-fiving each other right now.
Yes. Very proud of what we're doing.
Yes.
Addressing the needs.
Addressing the needs. We have two guys that we have first round grades on.
Third and fourth to move back up into the second round.
Now, I don't know how you feel about this. But we have 2 third-round picks and 5 fourth-round picks. I am not hesitant at all about trading up to get more talent.
I'm fine with trading up. I've definitely been an advocate of trading up,
all right,
especially if you can get a quality player.
Take it from somebody that's sort of set the standard in the dynasty league. This is a good move.
I looked at them like this is a good move. Got a bunch of fourth-round picks.
We're doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Now, you're not losing anything here. You're completely gaining.
Bob voted no 3 times.
No what? No the trading?
I'm trading up.
You want 5 fourth-round picks? Look,
bro, what are we gonna do with 5 fourth-round picks? You can get a better option right now. You're losing 1 fourth-round pick. We got a bunch. We'll be fine.
Listen, I don't care about 4th, 5th, 6th.
Never mind. He misunderstood.
Oh, okay. Trading down. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to go on a long rant about why fourth-round picks they just don't matter for us. Like, and I say they don't matter for us.
Or anyone.
Yes.
Not just Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. You want to hear my rant about how second-round picks they don't matter for the Ravens. We can trade those every year. But John Mechie's still there. If we want to go wide receiver, we can go another O-line. Dylan Parham, he is a center, I believe, projected to be a center.
Oh, I mean, y'all are going to act like you don't see the number 1 tight end, Trey McBride, sitting right there? That's your thing.
Hey, look, I wouldn't be mad at it. If we're focusing on offense, that's fine. Hey, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, we got 2 top running backs there. All 3 of our running backs were hurt last year. Okay. Some might start on the pup list, so that's also something you gotta keep in mind.
Go offense on this one. I'll definitely say we should go offense, at least for this pick. Now, let me see. With the running back situation, that is true. We do have 2 guys coming off of injury. Wouldn't hurt to have
wow.
We got 3
guys coming off.
We got 3.
Just chill.
No. The disrespect that this man has endured from the Baltimore Raven fan base.
This is what Baltimore did. This is what Baltimore has done to us. They don't even use him in the running game. I'm so used to him being such an impact player on special teams. It's like he's always a special teams player. I'm starting to feel the same with Duvernay. Like he's just a returner. He's not a receiver on Baltimore. We don't use our backs besides 2 guys.
He's gonna sit across from James Prochet and listen to all talk about all he needs is an opportunity.
All right, look.
I just love how they bring up the Baltimore running game. And, they have 3 running backs, and Taysom Williams isn't mentioned.
Man.
Tyson. Yeah.
Tyson.
Yeah. Tyson.
Yeah, they don't. He's not even. I don't know what they got with him.
I hear people saying wide receiver. They don't want the small guy. They don't. John Mechie's a smaller wide receiver. They don't. They want a big body wide receiver, guys. If you watch our show, you've heard us say this before. Okay. Shout out to Emery Hunt, who we got this from. Size is not a skill. It is not a skill. Just because we get somebody that's big body does not mean he's going to play better.
You just
get
had a
somebody that can play. Yeah, we just got rid of a big body wide receiver, right? I bet you he plays like a big body wide receiver with the Steelers. You'll see it more with them. Get somebody that can play.
But the style of play that you're talking about with a big body wide receiver is exactly what you got from Steve Smith, who's 5'9".
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
It's not about the size.
So okay, I'm going to look. You guys had your people's draft last week. This is our draft, but tell me which one you're looking at. If you're saying big body wide receiver, don't just say big body wide receiver because that's just being generic. Put a name to it. Which wide receiver are you looking at here? I'll pull up the list. Right? Hold on. I'll pull up the list. Put a name to it. Tell me which wide receiver, and don't say click on it so you can look at the height. Tell me which wide receiver you want. Because I like John Mechie, I like Calvin Austin, I like Wan'Dale Robinson.
You can take Robinson and knock out wide receiver and running back in one pick.
There you go. Velus Jones is an interesting one for me too. So we don't go too far down, but this is what we're looking at here.
Is this Alec true? Pierce,
what? Just tell us. I said no such thing, sir. Okay, I see a lot of Alec Pierce there. Okay, John just says Alec Pierce. Andre Mears says Alec Pierce. Okay, yes, DeMelo hit that like. Shout out to you, Don DeMelo, man. Thank you very much. Hit that like button if you like what you're seeing here. Look, we're not taking Ross. We took Ross way too early last time. We're not taking Ross again. What pick
Andre,
is this? This is a second round pick.
It's gone.
Yeah, this is a second round pick, Mikey. All right. So I hear Alec Pierce.
Mike, you go. Did you accept my trade yet, Mike?
All right, we're going.
You in here commenting?
All right, we'll pick this up. Alec Pierce is all right. We're high fiving. Yes. All right, high five in the war room. Okay,
oh, man.
You're getting everything that we want in this draft, man. So far, we're 3 for 3. Okay,
are you?
Somebody tweet at EDC or Lacey DaCosta to let them know like this is what they need right here just to watch this video. All right,
trade up.
That's only one spot.
No.
Oh, no, is that 77?
No, that's 77.
77. You're trading the 100 and 141 to move up to 77.
I say do it.
I don't care about 4th round picks, so
I don't care about 4th round picks either. Let's do it. Yeah. Good. Yes. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Look, we can still get running back.
Yeah, Isaiah Spiller, Kenneth Walker. I mean, there's a lot of running backs.
Isaiah Likely, if we want to go tight end. We can get another edge. Nick Bonito. He's another one that's he's an interesting prospect there. Go O-line, interior O-lineman, interior D-line for Darian Mathis. He always goes off of people's draft boards. He's always there. He's always the good late round pick that everybody wants. I have a feeling he's probably going to end up like in the high second in real life. But for Darian Mathis, I don't know anything about Zachary Carter.
You got Channing Tindall.
I would say we go running back or O-line or interior D-line.
We want to address the O-line at least right now. We haven't looked at that interior D-line. That's definitely a soft spot that we would like to address, but you might find a quality player defensively in the 4th round. So I would rather stick to offense. If I'm either going to take a back or a lineman, I want to get that with my higher picks, and then later in the round we can pick up guys because Baltimore has always been able, at least for the most part, to develop their guys, but for defensive players. But
okay. So let's see. Cole Strange is a name I've heard about. I believe he's a center as well. Oh, developmental starting guard is what they got him as. Developmental starting guard. Ed Ingram. They got him as can play either guard position and give quality snaps as tackle. Okay.
Was that Cam Jurgens still there? If you scroll down.
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. He's another one. Yeah. He's another popular one. Developmental center right there. All right. So there's a couple options. If you want to go running back, Kenneth Walker, Isaiah Spiller, There's another one, Cook. He was down here somewhere. James Cook.
Dalvin's brother.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking keeping it real? Dylan Parham's still there too. Developmental center.
I'm glad you asked, Tanja. They traded for Samuel Darnold, and then they traded for CJ Henderson. That's how they got one pick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. A lot of bad choices is what got them just one pick. All right. So what are we thinking?
Might go back in this one.
I had no problem with running back here. I know some people will say, hey, too high. We got running backs that are coming back. But anytime we say anything about other positions, it's we don't know how they're going to return. We don't know how our cornerbacks are going to play off an injury. We got to go cornerback in the first round, right? So if you believe that, we can go running back with our second, third round pick.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker. That was the one.
All right, let's do it. Kenneth Walker. Yes.
He'd definitely be a solid player, but I would like that assurance. I just don't know how our backs are going to look, especially coming into training camp. Let's get that guy.
Justice Hill and Tyson Williams cry.
Man, I cry for Justice Hill, man. If he could have stayed healthy last year, that would have been his break.
A fourth and a sixth round pick.
To move up. That's to move up 19 spots.
Yeah.
Look, so here's the thing. I'm all for it because this will be our third, fourth round pick that we've given up. We'll still have 2 fourth round picks.
We have a surplus of fourth round picks. We'll be fine.
About 6th round.
As long as you don't end up with 0 fourth round picks, then you're not losing. But I'm just saying you're not really losing until you actually hit that mark.
These have all been some great trades here for us because those fourth round picks are becoming very vital in this third round. I like it.
Look, Zachary Carter for Darian Mathis still there. I see people saying take Jelani Woods. I'm not even sure if he's still on the board. There he is. There. Yeah, we can go Jelani Woods.
Majai Sanders.
Yeah, Majai Sanders. Yep, that's another edge.
Robinson's still there. Look at that.
Alec Lindstrom. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, we could double down on wide receiver. We can go O-line. Got another developmental center here. So
how you feel about this one?
Why would I be jealous? I know what you're gonna do with your picks. I know it's tight ends, fullbacks, and lineman named Ben who ain't never gonna play for you. I ain't jealous of nothing.
I will say this. Okay, I'm doing the draft assuming that Ryan Stanley's gonna be fine. Okay, that's first and foremost. I don't think his career is in danger or anything like that. I think he just needs a little bit more time to heal. So I think we're fine at left tackle. I think our right guard position is fine with Zeitler.
Yep.
We got what's his name in free agency? I'm forgetting his name. But Morgan Moses.
Yeah.
Solid. We can do better than that. But and then we drafted Kenyon Green. So the O-line is looking a lot better. That center position, I'm still a little shaky on. I wouldn't be mad at drafting one of these centers here. All right, just to shore that up. And we'll have a surplus of interior linemen going into training camp, and they're gonna have to battle it out. I would say go interior O-line here to make sure we're super good there. Because the type of offense that we run, we need our O-line to be stout. Otherwise, these plays don't work. What's up, Zico Kage? So I'm glad I made it to the stream and y'all still active. I hope y'all had a great Wednesday. And also LBHT. Man, shout out to you, Zico Kage, man. Appreciate you. I would say interior O-line here. What do you think?
I gotta agree because I don't want to be the type of person that's like, okay, let's just keep taking linemen because that's our main concern. But that really is the most important position.
Y'all ain't even looked at corner yet, though.
Man, we'll be fine in the later rounds for corner.
If y'all want Lamar to come back, y'all better be drafting.
I need to protect
running backs and wide receivers.
Yeah. So on the team right now, whether we draft a corner here or not, or in the first round, they're not taking over the number 1 and number 2 position. Marlon Humphrey is still your number 1 corner. Marcus Peters is still your second corner, right? Now, you want to say there could be a battle at third corner because we're a little thin, maybe. But Brandon Stevens, Harbaugh already said that he could play the slot, so you got him there. We still got Iman Marshall, guys. We still got Iman Marshall, but also there's a lot of veterans to look at out there still to fill out the depth. So I'm not that worried about it right now.
Yeah, our secondary is in a good position.
Yeah. Like we could fill out we could fill that out later. I'm not too worried about doing it, and we're not looking to fill out secondary with where are we in fourth or third. I'm not looking to really fill that out right now.
I'll go with lineman. I think lineman
is a popular guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Offensive lineman is a good place. I would probably go O-line as well.
I think Cole Strange is he a developmental center or is he a guard?
What is he?
Guard. Developmental guard. Let's see.
I told you to take Jurgens when you had the chance.
I think he's still there. Is he still there?
No, he's gone.
All right. Well, you know what?
You're gonna be protecting Kyler.
Developmental starting offensive tackle. Okay. Look, we're taking Lindstrom. He's developmental.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going Lindstrom here. Lindstrom. All right. Love it. Love it. Listen,
love it.
Linemen are never sexy picks, but they're so necessary.
Yep.
They're so necessary. All right. So we took care of we fixed the O-line, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. And Carolina is up.
That's right.
Man, we've been going at it for like 3 straight times. We've been just trading up.
I know.
Ridiculous.
All right.
I mean, Derek probably sleeping down there, man. Like it's been a while.
He's studying.
Well, I was also checking in on that Brooklyn game where they up 10 at halftime.
I like
that money line plus 138 looking pretty good.
I know that Ravens fans love Rasheed Walker. Maybe we snatch one of y'all players. I don't know.
Yes, that is somebody that they like as well. But you got to tackle. You got to right tackle.
Go down there and click on Majai Sanders real quick.
Okay. Majai Sanders. Ideal role, 4-3 weak side end. All right. You guys run 4-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Does that say he's 241 pounds?
200. That says 241 at the top, but right here it says there are rumors of his weight fluctuating between 230 and 255.
You know the one word that I really don't like when it comes to prospects is fluctuating. So go ahead and
that's never a good sign.
I remember they had Kelvin Benjamin playing wide receiver at 290. It wasn't great.
His prospect comparison is Yannick Ngakoue.
Yannick be causing problems, man. Go ahead and click off him.
Wow.
He's on his fourth team in 2 years.
You were just arguing with Raven Ron about how productive he was.
He is productive.
He's productive, but he can't really run block like that. I'm just saying.
But he's productive and he causes problems. Okay.
Yeah. Rasheed Walker's a solid OT, but they drafted a tackle early, and they have their right tackle already. So they're good. They're good at tackle. They're good at tackle.
What are you feeling here, Derek?
I was thinking either edge or linebacker.
You like Majai Sanders?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so. We got Tyreek Smith. I don't know much about him.
Andre Muir says big no on Iman. Listen, man, the team says yes. They ain't cut him.
Go to the edge rushers.
Edge rushers. Okay. Let's go to edge. Tyreek Smith, Majai Sanders, Michael Clemens, D'Angelo Malone, Dominic Robinson, Isaiah Thomas. What you thinking? Let's see Tyreek Smith here.
I don't like a lot of what I'm seeing.
Well, this is a hybrid edge defender right here.
Yeah.
High motor. Check. High upside. Check. Okay. Who should be able to serve in a rotational role up front sooner rather than later.
I mean, look, at this point in the draft, that doesn't sound bad.
Is he isn't that what you have in Louisville?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, no, but he's not coming off the edge. He's linebacker.
But he does come off the edge, though.
I think
he ain't big enough to come off the edge. I promise you that.
But he comes off the edge in pass rushing situations. Like, it's fine. You don't have to play there every down. Like, if you're looking for a pass rusher, which look, honestly, I don't care if you can defend the run.
I think they told Louisville, put on some weight, and we got to put you at edge, son. Because who else do you have? Who's going man at edge?
Gross Matos. And,
yeah. Gross Matos.
And whoever else they can find. I'm gonna say yes to Tyreek Smith. What do you think, Derek?
That works with me.
All right. Just shun the high motor guy, high energy.
No, he is a high motor guy.
All right, he may not be an athlete, but he's a football player. All right.
I think you got to be an athlete to be a football player.
You know what those guys do? They play football. That's what matters. Isaiah Thomas. Okay. Oh, look, Baltimore's up.
Yeah. All right.
Zeke said, Jose, I'm going to let you know if my Celtics lose this series, I'm going to be a Nets fan. Hey, you're always welcome.
You better go online and order that jersey now, because
yes.
Make sure you have it for the end of the series.
Hey, look, guys, Baltimore's on the clock.
Wow.
Yes. All right.
Oh, y'all are actually going to use one of those 4th round picks?
Well, nobody made us an offer, so I don't want to go fishing around for anything else. All right, here we go. Where should we go now? We can still go corner. We can go interior D-line. We can go another wide receiver if we're being honest.
Wouldn't be bad to receiver. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad to look at another receiver. I would say either we'll go at a receiver or interior defensive line. Those are the 2 spots I'm looking in this 4th round.
All right. So I'm not gonna pretend like I stay tape on Matthew Butler here, but he is a rotational 3 and 5 technique. Okay. Sounds good to me. Does he have an NFL comparison? He does. Sheldon Day. There we go.
That's a good. Yep.
There we go. That's all we need. Okay, because Calais Campbell is back, guys. You guys, look, we're happy about that, right? We're happy about Calais Campbell coming back. Boom. All right, we brought back Michael Pierce. Okay, we got
you always got
Project Pat. We got Matabike. Project Pat can play a little D tackle. He plays a little bit of everything. We paid him. Okay.
Yep.
So interior D line. Okay, Matthew Butler, he can come in and give you some quality minutes. That's your favorite pick. Okay.
Yep. See, look at us, man.
Likes it. There you go.
Brilliant draft here by us. Brilliant draft.
Scouts. Who needs scouts?
Listen, it's like we're in the war room with all the self-congratulation going on in Baltimore. Like, we drafted somebody in the 4th round.
Hey, wake up, Panthers fans. You got to pick. Wake up.
Oh, we have another pick. That's crazy. All right. I thought we were done. Let's see. Check out who. Well, I was gonna say go ahead and grab Dameon Pierce, because I'm not a big believer in Deonta Foreman and Chuba Hubbard.
I was thinking the same thing. It wouldn't hurt to grab a running back,
or maybe Rachaad White. With his receiving ability.
Okay. Wait, is he there? I see Zamir.
Yeah,
right?
He's right. He's right above him.
Oh yes. You want that?
I'm gonna say yes to Rachaad White.
All right. D Weezy, you feel good about that?
Yeah, that worked.
Rachaad White. Okay. And another pick for the Ravens. Look at that.
Now we've handled this.
Look keep it real. Look at how many picks we've traded away. And we're still in the 4th round.
Exactly.
Man. Look, F them picks, man. Move up. All right.
Look at the work we've done. Look at what we've addressed so far.
We got a question for you, keeping it real.
What are your thoughts on Calais and Josh back with the Ravens?
Well, I always love veteran presence, whether it's offense or defense. So I'm glad to have both of them back. They can definitely be productive. But again, I love just wisdom they can bring to our young guys. Whoever we bring in, they can definitely help out. So I'm not mad. Calais Campbell can still be effective. Can't expect him to be the guy he was when in his earlier years, but I'm still fine with him being here. That's kind of why we're trying to fix up the interior D line. But whoever we bring in, Calais will help out with. But so I just love the experience he brings. So yeah, I'm fine with it.
You know what I love more than that wisdom and experience? Talent. Kind of my thing.
Yeah. I like football players, B.
No, Jose, you like players with good character.
There you go.
Yes, good character, give 110%, drinks their milk, eat their vitamins, all that stuff. All right. We can go corner here.
Yeah.
I think we can go corner. All right, to fill out the roster. 4th round corner. Guys, this is where we got Tavon Young at in the 4th round. Okay. Jalen Watson is a developmental corner. All right.
Can he play slot?
Listen, he's big bodied. Okay. 6'2", 197 pounds. Let's see. On the outside only, it says. By YouTube, his skill set doesn't translate well to playing inside. Okay, maybe you don't want that guy. Maybe you don't want that guy. Monteric Brown. Let's see. Boundary corner.
Ron, that's harsh.
What do we want to say?
Prochet gonna be in the USFL by Ravens training camp.
Wow, man. No. I'm not
like
saying
that.
Let's see. Are there any starting corner with inside versatility? There's the guy right there. Okay.
Yep.
That's the guy. Jack Jones. Jack Jones is going to be the pick. Here we go. All right. And I think, do you want another pick, B?
No.
Okay. We're going to decline
Unless
that.
Derek wants it. Okay. Well, never mind.
And there we have it. Here we have it. We didn't post the last one, did we? Oh, yeah, we did. We posted it on Twitter. Well,
yeah.
I'll screenshot it and post it. So, quick recap.
Click on the user picks.
User picks, yes. Panthers after trading back, get Kenny Pickett. We'll go yours first. Kenny Pickett, Daniel Falele in the 2nd round. And then you go down to
edge running back.
Tyree Smith, running back. Okay, I think
all in a day's work, man.
I think for only having one pick going into the draft, I think you did a very good job. You got the quarterback that you wanted. You got a developmental tackle for the left tackle for the future. For the Ravens, Kenyon Green, yes, indeed. Give that extra protection for Lamar. And we still got an edge rusher that everybody wants, Boye Mafe, right? So really, we didn't even have to trade back into the first to get 2 first-round talents. So I think that's pretty good. We get a wide receiver, Alec Pierce. Get a running back because we're sitting there flirting with Melvin Gordon and saying that our running backs aren't going to be ready or may not be ready. So this guy right here is going to be ready, Kenneth Walker. Okay. Then we get another developmental center, Alec Lindstrom and Matthew Butler, interior D lineman, and we finish out with a guy that can play on the outside and inside that corner, Jack Jones. So you guys go ahead and put your grades in the chat. I already know it's going to be A. It's all good. All right.
That's excellent work.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All in the day's work.
Yes. Okay. So we already went over a little bit.
Yeah.
We did a lunch money bets. Do we? I know they want their bonus time. You guys want your bonus time. We're gonna do a quick 5-minute bonus time, and then we got to start up the overtime show. If you guys want to be a part of the overtime show, patreon.com/LBHT show is B+ says Zaul Martinez, A- says Ravens Online Ungatekeepers. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what. Look. They're a little biased. They're part of the LBHT crew. Okay, I know. B for not taking Mechie. Okay, all right. Well, you're just a hater,
right? I keep saying it, Mike. Like, you got business to handle in the app. What are you doing?
How long are Falele's arms? Mr. J wants to know.
They are super long. he is. If you know
You'd always ask me that, right?
If you know how big Orlando Brown is, he's bigger.
B could have done way better.
Wow,
man.
I know you're talking about the Ravens draft. I want you to be more clear when you say that, because it just sounds like you're crapping on me right now.
But King, just so you understand, like, the Panthers don't have as many.
No. He's saying you could have done way better. He's not talking about me.
He said B.
See, that's why I said you need to be more clear, King. I know what you're saying, but the deniers in the Ravens front office are not trying to hear the criticism that you're throwing their way right now.
Look. The Panthers could not have gotten any better than that. They end up getting the quarterback that they want, and they got extra picks because in real life they're picking in the first, and then they won't pick again until the 4th round. So, I want Jermaine Johnson.
There you go. Thank you, King.
B at best. Okay. Hey, I'll take it.
Well,
I'll take it.
I got something for you, for the overtime show. Since my lack of hat was up for discussion last week, I thought I'd come through as one of the best team names in existence, the Macon Bacon AAA baseball team. Yeah, mascot Bacon, aka the Grease, aka Notorious P.I.G.
The Grease.
All right. Bonus time is here. Oh, look, it's here just in time for bonus time. Attitude Pop says, sorry I'm late, but see, I is done for asking for a trade. You're leaving a system where it puts you to succeed the most, and you're leaving a team who was just in the NFC Championship and NFC this year weak. It's not weak, right? Like, you think that he's in the best system for himself. You think, and you think that because there's this thought that he's not really a wide receiver. He's a gadget wide receiver. He can't catch or whatever. But 1,400 receiving yards says otherwise.
Here's an interesting question. How much career time can he shave off his career by taking snaps at the running back position?
And that's, I think, exactly his issue, right? Yeah, okay, he's going to get paid right now. He's 25. If he signs a 4-year deal, is he going to be washed up by the time that deal is done and right. not be able to hit again in free agency at 29?
Right.
That could be possible.
Kind of what he's looking at.
Yeah. So
because running backs, man, they
don't last long.
Yeah, they break down.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. I have Horace Torres says thoughts on no signs of Hollywood. You mean at practice? At
everywhere. Workout? Yeah, working out with Lamar and everything.
Look, man, like all these wide receivers, you got Deebo, you got Hollywood, you have Scary Terry,
and AJ
Brown, and DK Metcalf all need to get paid.
Yep,
all need to get paid. And what was it you're saying earlier? It's AJ Brown,
I think McLaurin, Deebo, and Hollywood all have the same agent.
All had the same agent,
who is also trying to get paid.
He's trying to get paid as well. They're all looking to make the same amount of money. Don't think that Hollywood isn't right along with these guys thinking, we need to make somewhere in the mid to high 20s, right? He's absolutely thinking that. And there's a little posturing going on right now because they're able to work out a deal now, and they're talking about picking up his 5th-year option. He won't play on a 5th-year option. He wants his money, right? These players are smarter and smarter and smarter each year. They know how to negotiate, and they're not going to go out there and play for cheap, right? Those days are over.
You remember when he took all the Raven stuff off his social media and everything? They try to say it wasn't a big deal. It was right after EDC called him a bargain. You don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear their boss say, "Yeah, man, we got him cheap."
Yeah.
So,
let's see. What were the picks? RAS scores? I don't know. You have to look that up. Let's see. Kimberly says, "Love the picks." Thank you, Kimberly. Appreciate that. Jalen Murphy says, "Ton of pressure on Hollywood next season." I don't know. I don't know if there's a ton of pressure. I think he wants to get his money, get his contract done now. So I don't know if it's going to be pressure on Hollywood or he going to try to put pressure on the team to sign him. I think he's going to be fine because Lamar's going to give him the ball. I don't think there's really any pressure. I don't think there's any pressure for Lamar or Hollywood. Lamar, he's got $23 million coming to him this year. He's proven enough. A team's going to pay him whatever he wants. All he has to do is just go out there, stay healthy. He's going to play well. That's not a question. He's going to play well. And he's going to get his money. So there's absolutely nothing on his part to worry about. Even if he gets hurt, somebody's going to sign him, right? So he can go out there and play carefree. He'll be fine. Hollywood, I think the same thing. He knows Lamar's going to get him the targets. He's going to get his stats, and he's young, and you either going to pay him or he can hit the market and get paid, or trade him. Someone else will pay him. So I don't think there's any real pressure on Hollywood. In our minds, there's pressure because he hasn't been the guy that we want him to be. But I think for him, I don't think there's any real pressure.
Yeah, King's saying here Hollywood has no leverage though. Without Lamar, he showed his real worth. Look, he may not have leverage in Baltimore necessarily, right? He may not be able to force Baltimore to give him whatever he wants, but he's going to get paid. Like, he's been more productive than Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk got $19.5 million per year over his first 2 years. Hollywood is getting that money. And whether it's in Baltimore or somewhere else remains to be seen. But he's not going to be signed on a cheap deal by the Ravens. That's not going to happen.
Back-to-back, if he gets 1,000 yards this year, back-to-back 1,000-yard wide receiver in a run-heavy offensive scheme, people are going to look at it on the outside and say, yeah, that guy can play, and he's young, right? He'll get his money.
Let's see, 91 catches, 1,008 yards, 6 touchdowns. Yeah, that's productive. Somebody's going to pay this guy. So, if Baltimore doesn't want to, he'll find somewhere else to get paid.
Yeah, yeah. All right, a couple more. We'll get up out of here. Yeah, Bob, he says that's why I say Trey Brown and picks for Deebo. I would agree with that.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while to trade Hollywood for a day 2 pick if they can right now. But
yeah. Zolo says with his size and speed, is he better on the midfield or outside?
Who's he referring to there?
I thought you were talking about Hollywood. I think he means like, is he better on playing the outside or slot?
I think he's kind of in between. Like, he doesn't. You put him in the slot and he's gonna get banged up a lot. But I think he's better suited there. But I don't think he can take the punishment playing in that spot.
You just move him around.
The real issue with Hollywood is the drops.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say that because great players have drops. He used to have a.
No, I'm not saying like, he should have 0 drops or something like that. But I mean, it's those drops in open coverage. It's those drops in critical or big moments that can really swing a game one way or the other.
And the issue with drops is where it's not the drops themselves, it's that a player does or does not make plays to make up for those drops.
Bingo. Yes. Because he doesn't really make plays like that. Like what big plays has Hollywood made in his career as a Raven? Like, you haven't really seen him like just catch the ball and take it to the house or like shake somebody really and just just go to the house with it. Usually his long touchdown passes, he's wide open. It's the
market. He can go, but like he's not making those plays himself necessarily.
Yeah, like I would say his biggest play I can remember was the touchdown pass against Cleveland.
On
that.
And that was all Lamar.
And that was all on Lamar.
Everybody's
and he was wide open.
Yeah,
so.
right.
I mean, I remember I forget who it was against, but he had a long not a touchdown, but a long catch down the sidelines in the playoffs. I want to say it was against the Chargers,
Tennessee.
but I can't. Maybe it was Tennessee.
Tennessee.
The
one-handed, the one-handed catch. So
it was a great catch and everything. But it was that one play, and he's not a guy who, like I said, he had 1,000 yards, he had 6 touchdowns, but it wasn't impactful. Yeah. And look, and he admits that himself. He said, he had a weak 1,000 yards. So hopefully he comes back and he makes a bigger impact on the games, even if he doesn't have the same numbers. But regardless, he's going to be making a ton of money the following season. So
yeah. And shout out to you, Rakusan. He says salute panel and chat. Thank you for coming through. All right, we're going to end it there. We went a little over. Thank you to our guest, D Weezy, who's a guest but not a guest. He's a regular on the show. He's here for the Lunch Money Bets. Our man, keeping it real. Listen, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. We've been saying for a long time, man, we got to get you on the show. We finally made it happen, man. So, we don't want you to be a stranger around here, man. Like you're one of our favorite YouTubers for real.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
And we're gonna make sure we put all your information in the description and on our show. Make sure you guys, and if you got anything to plug, go ahead and plug it real quick.
Just the usual, just keeping it real on YouTube here. On Twitter is keeping it real. 721. Pretty much the same thing here, just talking about football and basketball, just covering the playoffs. This is definitely one of my favorite shows to watch, so I will definitely be back, especially depending on how the playoffs go. If Brooklyn advances, we might get a situation where it might be Miami and Brooklyn potentially in the conference finals. And if that ends up being the situation, I'm going to have to be on every show.
Yes, for sure. All right, D Weezy, look.
Derek has he sent in a little I guess you want to call it work in progress. It's not the final version.
Yes,
but,
this might not be the final draft or what I may end up going with long term, but something to hit the ground running. Yes, y'all have heard me talk about it. Y'all have heard reference to it. Hopefully, not this coming Sunday, but the following. Expect the launch of Backyard Action Media, BAM. I'll be covering, kind of like I do with Lunch Money Bets, where, more in-depth looks into betting lines, gambling lines, angles. Like I've said, it's not a matter of knowing the sport as much as being able to, spot good angles and plays. It takes a little knowing the sport, but I'm not a hockey guy. And y'all seen in the Discord a number of times me rack off hockey plays win after win. I'm not over here digging through MLB lines every day, but the other night, boom, 6-3 on the night. Yeah. So yes, you can get at me at Twitter right now at dweatherly90, like it says there on the screen. But yes, do expect the launch of BAM.
All right. And quick shout outs to two people that subscribed today. Shout out to Gabe. Appreciate you for subscribing. Also, also shout out to, as soon as this animation comes up, Tia Oakley. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Tia. And we're I'm not sure what the count is, in the 30s away from 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, take a second and hit that subscribe button. Also follow us Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at LBHT Show. All right, fellas, thanks for coming through. B, are you ready to take us out?
I am ready.
All right, patrons, give us a couple minutes. Everybody else, we will see you next time. Peace out.